Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cosplay Cafe. You've just entered the Spider-Verse, and face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot. So, tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about group cosplay. We are all dressed to a certain theme, as you can tell, the Spider-Verse. But before we get into it with our lovely guests, I'm going to roll our theme music and our ad reel.
Pokemon love cereal. Hi, I'm Krayley from Pokeballs by Krayley. You probably recognize me from appearing on various shows on the Cereal Box Network. For the month of July 2023, I will be running a very special collection. I am teaming up with the network to do a special breakfast-themed collection. So go to KrayleyVaness.com. And featured right there on my store page is the breakfast collection because Pokemon love breakfast. Most of them love it as much as Pikachu likes that ketchup bottle. You know what I'm talking about. So again, that's KrayleyVanest.com. Or you can hit the link in the description wherever you're finding this video.
One nightmare destroyed Aidan O'Donnell. Aidan Gray, aka Scorcher, was born out of those ashes. The Forces of Nature trilogy is about the destructive powers of having superpowers that you don't understand and can't control. It's about redemption, about finding love and finding yourself. You can find the first two books, Scorcher and Thin Ice, online wherever books are sold. You can also pre-order the upcoming audiobook for Scorcher at www.kellyguentner.com. That's www.KELLYGUENTNER. All right, and tonight I have riding shotgun with me my lovely co-barista, Andrea Starnes. Welcome, Andrea.
Hello, everybody. Look, we're not rivals this time. You're Mary Jane, I'm Gwen, but we love each other, so it's fine.
We do love each other. You are rocking that Gwen look that gives everyone emotional damage.
A little, yeah. You know, what's a comic book costume without a little trauma attached to it? Come on.
Yes.
Just a little, we all have been through it.
Yeah. And tonight's guests are some very special friends of mine. I've been doing a lot of collaborations with them lately, which makes this episode theme perfect. I really adore them. They're great Chicagoland area cosplayers. First of all, you all have met Brendan. GingyweebmetCosplay before. So hello, Brendan. How you doing tonight?
Hello, fellow travelers of the night. It's your friendly neighborhood arachnite.
You are looking amazing.
Thank you. Always great to be back on.
Good to have you here with us.
Yeah, it's very good to have you. And I'm glad you suggested this theme. It's a great idea.
Yeah, of course. Very relevant now.
Definitely.
We also have our friend Saad, also known as Mr. Sentimental or Sentimental Cosplay. And you and Saad have been teaming up together for quite a while, and we're going to get into your story soon. We absolutely adore Saad. So welcome, Saad.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome.
How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
Pretty
I mean, it's the
good.
weekend now, so
And I'm feeling my
good to be out of the day
water all
job.
over me.
This is the
Mhm.
first. My weekend is Friday, Saturday, so I'm halfway through my weekend almost. But that's okay. We've all need that break.
Yes. And we have one of our viewers saying hi already. So Mark Desjarnet says, Bonjour from Fort Wayne. Unfortunately, he can't watch the full show tonight because he's premiering a new Princess Celestia from My Little Pony cosplay at his local Pride Festival tomorrow. So he says, have fun tonight.
And
Thanks,
you have
Mark.
fun
We hope you have
tomorrow,
fun
Mark.
tomorrow.
We can't
We
wait to
wanna
see
see
the
the
pictures.
costume. I'm so excited to see the costume when he sends us pictures tomorrow.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, he's a
Mark.
former guest as well, and he is just the sweetest guy. We love him.
Mm-hmm. So first of all, Brendan, you've already answered this question, but Saad, why
Yeah,
don't you
sure.
tell the viewers at home how you got into cosplay?
Well, I was always interested in anime and pop culture since the beginning, since middle school, and I've heard about ASEN in my first year of high school. I've always wanted to go, but never took the time to do so. But my first ASEN, first ever convention was in 2015, and I've been cosplaying from Naruto, my all-time favorite anime. And throughout a couple of years since I've got Brendan actually into it through college, we've been
Yep,
doing a
that's
lot of
quite a story.
collaborations since.
Yeah, that's quite a story of its own. Being a big nerd all my life. Yeah, meeting this guy in college pretty much set me on this path. Yeah, we both
I like
started
that
out.
they're basically blaming each other for it. Like this guy.
So how did you two meet in college? Were you roommates or?
Well,
You
Yeah,
start
you
first on
wanna-
that one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we kind of met through like mutual friends at Benedictine University, and then from there on, after incessantly quoting SpongeBob, we kind of like instantly clicked.
Yeah, it was definitely SpongeBob to blame on that one. I mean, we were just having some lunch with the same friends, so that's where we
Right.
hit it off since.
And then
And then
yeah,
he was
just
just
hanging
like,
out with this
"Hey,
guy
you."
before he would commute back home, we would like hang out and stuff, play some pool, and yeah, make other comments on pop culture and stuff. And then eventually, this guy told me about a convention this summer he invited me to, and so I said like, yeah, sure, I'll like meet up with you guys, and then that's where it all started.
The nerds always find each other.
Absolutely.
Here we go. It's the Spidey sense. It's the nerd Spidey sense. We find each other.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, we know our people.
We do.
And our friend Derek Spicer says he also can't stay, but y'all have a fun episode. Thanks, Derek. We love you.
Thanks for stopping by.
And Cool Gamer says, hello, everyone. Hello, Cool Gamer.
Hello.
Yo.
We've been
We
getting
enjoy
Cool
a
Gamer's
little-
been dropping in on us a lot lately, and we
Yeah.
appreciate you.
We do. We always appreciate that support, even if we have never met you. You're our friend. We have adopted you now. You're part of the family. You're stuck
I mean,
with
we
us.
may have met Cool Gamer. We don't know.
And we don't know. Most of the people we know what names, what handles they would use, but we
It's hard to
appreciate
remember.
the.
Mean Machine WFO says, wow, we're doomed. Yeah,
That's just me,
awesome.
sorry.
Brendan can't handle.
That was
Oh.
you?
No, I said no. I'm the doomed one. Just me.
Mm.
I'm the one that's gonna fall off a bridge while Spider-Man.
I mean,
fights
it's
Green
a
Goblin.
Parker luck. It's a Parker luck.
It is. You know, it used to be one of the common laws in Marvel Comics. You did not bring Gwen Stacy back to life, and she stayed dead for a very, very long time. She was
Then
one
she
of the
got
few.
cloned,
And Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
And even Uncle
Yeah.
Ben has been brought back to life briefly for some stories.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy was one of the few they never revived, and then finally, they said, "We're giving her spider powers. Let's go."
And boy, howdy, we had Gwen Stacy from every universe. Like, what?
Yeah.
And she and Norman had a thing, I hear.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't talk about that. That was so gross. That was a retcon. So gross.
There's been a lot of retcons in comics that I'm just like, who approved that? Who signed off on that? It's not
Multiple
okay.
people usually.
Yeah.
Misty Pure
Yeah,
says, hello, everyone. Glad to see you back. Thanks, Misty.
Yo.
That's my big sister. I love the support from my family for this because they know I'm a big old nerd.
Yes.
My family's nothing but a bunch of nerds. It's fine.
I mean,
It's fine.
that is a good thing. That is a good thing.
It
So,
is.
Brendan said, what was the first costume that you two teamed up together on?
Well, let's see. The first one we did a group together was Naruto. I think I sent you a picture.
Yeah, that was like,
Yeah.
what, 7 years ago?
Yeah. It's been 7 years
Oh,
already.
wow.
Yeah, 6-7 years now. Yeah.
My goodness. Okay, hang
I
on.
remember making Naruto costumes in 2005 because my partner in crime for 10 years from 2004 to 2014 wanted to be Sakura, and it was just as the Shippuden stuff had come out in the manga, so we had one colored image to go by, and so we were like, yeah, she was the OG Sakura running around at Akon at Dallas.
That was so when I first started cosplaying, I kind of like cosplay just any character I like throughout like any series. So there was me on the left, Madara. I did quite a few Naruto cosplays, but that's the only one I kept. All the others I've retired since.
Yeah. No, I mean I got rid of the my Toby one, the mask right there a while back. I mean I don't.
But
really
the guy in the
anymore.
middle, without the mask, that's Nathan. He's like the third musketeer to our troop.
The three
I was
amigops,
gonna say.
as Carl Weezer says.
Yes.
No one can break apart the three amigops.
That's one group we haven't done in a while because we've expanded on so much more. Like, I feel like C2E2 2020 is when we really started.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
That year we did.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Otter,
For a second, I was going to say C2E2 2020, but that was right before everything shut down.
Before COVID, yeah. Because
actually, 4 times.
No, because actually before that, though, another group we've done with Nathan before the pandemic, we did also Yu Yu Hakusho, a 90s classic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love Yu Yu Hakusho. My friend and I are planning Kurama and Yoko Kurama together.
Yeah, I gotta probably look up that photo, but yeah, I was cosplaying Yusuke while Brendan at first started off with Koenma, but then changed to Kuwabara.
Right. And then I passed that on to Nathan.
Exactly. So I think that was our first group thing after Naruto, at least the three of us.
Yeah. But we also did do Cowboy Bebop, sort of. At least the two of us and a few others.
Only 2 of us did that, though, yeah.
Groups, duos, they kind of get lumped together.
Exactly.
Right.
In competition, it's usually a best group duo
See, the
division.
thing I love about our group is that we have like people that like weren't initially part of it, that kind of just were on the sidelines, but then eventually they become integrated. Like his fiance, like we would do our X-Men and stuff while she'd do something else. And recently we got her to become our Mystique.
Yeah, that is true.
Speaking
of fiance, though, in 2 weeks, actually, we're officially going to be husband and wife. So that's actually another news.
Congratulations! I'm so excited for you. I knew that was coming up soon.
Yep, 2 weeks, in fact.
Do you want to talk about your bachelor party? Because that looked fun.
Oh, do you have photos from it? Do you have my post?
Yeah.
So I organized a surprise visit to medieval times. We literally tied up and blindfolded this guy and brought him there unknowingly. And yeah, it was a great time there. My first time going to medieval times also.
Yeah, Brendan was definitely asked to be my best man, and he's already done his first good job at that.
I'm not seeing the picture. Do you want to send it to me real quick?
If you want to, but...
All right, so Alex, so this is Alexandra, aka _ snapshot stat 98. says congratulations, Saad. She had said earlier that who she was and that she's so glad to unwind from a long day at work and with everyone here. So hey, Alex.
Hello.
Hey, good to see you.
We're glad
And
we're a
then
good place
Thomas
to unwind.
Guentner, my husband, says hi, and he also says congrats.
Awesome.
You guys will eventually meet my husband, maybe. He doesn't make it to many cosplay things because he's watching the kids. So he's sweet like that.
Eventually,
you can have the whole family go.
Be part of it too.
My kids would not do well. They just it'd be too much for them. Maybe someday.
A con would probably be kind of sensory overload for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there's a set of hedgehog right here. Yep, I'm tied up right there.
Yep. You could tell it was a great guys' night.
You did a good job.
Yeah, see if you can actually pull up that video. We also decided to do a little King of the Hill bit right there from the episode where they threw a bachelor party.
Oh yeah.
Showed them that one too.
Maybe, but yeah, if you want to move on to about the group cosplay. So yeah, it was really like
I'm laughing at my husband.
Canadian
Thomas
boyfriend.
Guentner says he's like my Canadian boyfriend. Is he really real? You know what?
Totally real.
Is Canada real?
What's his middle name?
Edward. That's why my author name is Edwards.
Oh, I was asking about the Canadian boyfriend. I thought it was Moose.
Moose?
Yeah, Canadians all have the same middle name. It's Moose.
Moose.
Well, and you know what? I keep picking up cosplay husbands, so I don't know. Is my
Edward
actual
Moose
husband really real?
Skill? I don't know. What is it?
Yeah. See, I'm just
Thomas
I'm
Edward
just the
Moose Guentner. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
just the
so
weird
Edward
cosplay
Moose
aunt.
Gettner.
Oh, I actually got dubbed the cosplay grandma at a con a couple of weeks ago because I have a con kid, and now my con kid has a con kid.
Oh, wow.
So I'm con grandma. I'm like, oh no, I'm old enough to be the con grandma.
Eddie White time.
And the kid literally was calling me con grandma all weekend.
Oh.
You should cosplay one of Betty White's characters.
Yeah,
That'd be fun, though.
Betty White's Golden Girl character, yeah.
My first old person cosplay when I get old enough is I am doing the woman from Anastasia that drops the fur coat. It's like, Grandma, it's me. I'm like, I'm doing that one when I am old enough since I've already done Anastasia. I'm doing the old woman that was pretending to be Anastasia.
Heck yes.
That movie was so underrated.
Oh, it's so fantastic. I was so mad because I was supposed to go to MomoCon and meet Don Bluth while in my Anastasia costume, but that trip fell through. Yeah. The trip fell through, so I didn't get to go, but one of my friends did get to meet him in a costume from another one of his shows, and she was so excited. Said he was so sweet. He's like 85, 86 years old.
Yeah, he's 85, isn't he?
Wow.
Yeah, so he doesn't do a lot of cons, so I was really hoping to have gotten to go to that one, but it didn't work out. But at least I know somebody that had a great experience with it.
Yeah,
so
probably
at least you know he's nice. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the only thing is like probably the oldest convention guest I've probably ever met was actually recently was William Daniels, aka Mr. Feeney.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He and his wife was able to go at such an advanced age. Because
Stan
Lee had to stop at 95.
Wasn't that his birthday also that weekend?
Yes, it was. So he went to 96 that Friday.
Wow. The oldest, I met the guy that played Lord Zed from the Power Rangers at like the very first Anime Blues Con here in Memphis. And at one point, he kind of fell asleep at his table, and my sister-in-law looked at him because she's a huge Power Rangers fan. She's like, I hope he's not dead.
Oh.
He was just asleep. I'm like, he's old. The poor guy was tired.
Yeah.
Oh, he was super sweet, too, though.
I mean, but really props to them for still trying, at their advanced age.
I agree. Also, a lot of times, the sad thing, though, is that they kind of have to, because being an actor pays well, but it doesn't pay as well as you think unless you're
one of the big names.
Yeah, the A-list.
Yeah, but conventions pay really well.
Especially, I mean, just for the even for the like lesser known people, the amount it costs sometimes to get those autographs and photos and everything can get up there pretty high.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So Alex is joining me in picking up cosplay husbands since being Princess Leia and Padme Amidala meeting Hayden Christensen and Matt Lanter.
he's so
I'm
sweet.
jealous of you for the.
Yeah, we were there
He
that
is
same year,
so
Alex.
nice.
We met
Yeah,
Hayden as well.
I sent you one of the photos of our one of our more recent groups that we did.
I actually kind of
Yes.
like very, very, very quickly in passing got to meet him in 2002 at the Star Wars Celebration before Attack of the Clones came out.
Oh,
He was running around the
Okay.
con with a stormtrooper helmet on, so nobody knew it was
Wait.
him.
Matt
Hayden
Lanter
Christensen.
or Hayden?
No, Hayden Christensen.
That's pretty funny. Because actually,
That's
I was
amazing.
back in
Yeah.
2020 before the pandemic. That same thing happened with Adam Savage from MythBusters. He apparently went around in Captain America cosplay, and he was pretty much playing a game with people around the con, trying to think, hey, if you've seen him, yep, that was Adam Savage. So, oh wait, that was him.
You know, at that time, Hayden was, that like Attack of the Clones was like his first big movie, and so people didn't know him, but he was just wearing like his jeans and t-shirt and a stormtrooper helmet. And then next thing, I'm at the cosplay contest to watch it. And he comes running down the aisle, and all I can think is that is one really tall dude. It's just like
So
but
he's a
really
little tall
sweet.
for a stormtrooper.
Little. That's why he's Vader.
Yeah.
But he's so sweet. Everybody I know that's ever interacted with him, it's just the sweetest person.
Yeah, he was a really
glad-
nice guy.
I'm so glad the Star Wars community is embracing him instead of,
absolutely.
still being
They
horrible.
didn't give him the Ahmed treatment.
Oh, yeah,
Poor
I'm a
guy.
best.
Poor
Yeah.
Ahmed.
Yeah, those were.
What?
I mean, just as bad for what's his name, Jake Lloyd.
Oh.
That too.
Yeah, he's
I had a
gone.
friend that have a Jake
Actually,
Lloyd was
did
a
you
jerk.
get the photo or did I send you the photo of our group with Hayden? Actually, it's one of the Star Wars groups that I sent you a photo of. Was the year that we met Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, we were in our Darth gear.
Yeah, we did. It was our first Star Wars group.
As soon as we heard Hayden Christensen was coming, we wanted to put something together quick.
That's awesome. So
Yep.
yes, I did, but so all of these that I'm looking at are really small.
It's such a
thumbnails.
weird setup. The thumbnails are so tiny.
Worst.
It's like
So
you
let me
need
see
like
if I
either
can-
like a 70-inch screen to be able
It's
to
like-
look at these things.
Yeah, we just need to start carrying our iPads around instead of phones. So you try to set
Like I'm on a
phones come up
laptop
small.
and I'm on my laptop and these little thumbnails in our stuff
Yeah,
to
I'm
show
on my
on screen
laptop
are
too.
so tiny.
Okay.
Right.
No.
Oh, yep, there's our Star Wars one right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's our group. Him as
Yeah,
Dooku
that's-
over there. Me as Darth Plagueis in the middle. Then Nate is our Darth Nihilus.
So good.
Absolutely.
You might need to
Might be that.
resend me the one with Hayden though, because I'm not seeing it in the thumbnails.
No, I just sent it to you.
Not that
Oh,
one.
sorry.
Yeah, I know.
There it is. Got it. Okay.
Live shows, everybody. Here we are.
It's the beauty of doing things live. You know
But
what?
yeah, as you can see, most of our cosplay groups that we've done have been the three of us, but we've had others like Joe and Gina to join us in our our bigger groups.
Very cool.
This
That is
fan expo,
awesome.
we're
The
expanding
last
more.
celebrity picture.
Absolutely. I mean,
I
one
love
of
when
the
they
greatest.
play along.
No, not to mention again how much they actually hold some sentiment to the fandom that they are pretty much starring in. Because one of the best things I probably talked to him and Matthew Wood, who is the sound engineer as well as the voice of General Grievous in the Star Wars franchise. I mean, they had some. One thing I was glad that they had so much to say was about the late Christopher Lee.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That man was a living legend.
Oh yeah.
he's amazing.
I mean,
I'm
aside
sorry, I
from
remember
I
the
could go
first-
on and on. I
I
won't.
don't know. I remember the first time the Attack of the Clones trailers came out, and my brother's like, "He's a Jedi." I'm like, "It's Christopher Lee. He's gonna be the Sith." And they're like, "No, he's a Jedi." I'm like, "It's Christopher
well, he was
Lee.
a former Jedi.
He's gonna." I'm like, "He is going to be the bad guy." They didn't believe me. We walked out of the movie. They're like, "You were right." I'm like, "I told you, it's Christopher Lee." I mean, come
Yep.
on.
I mean, there are
Dracula,
times where he
Saruman.
I mean, but he has been some good characters too. Like, most of the time, he's that tall, wise character that now we have for us is Liam Neeson that does those.
Yes. But he was such a good bad guy.
Hey, he was Willy Wonka's mean father too.
He was.
He just
he always
played
is
such a
typecast
good
as
bad guy.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, that wise man role too. I mean, with that voice of his.
Yep.
Love him.
But yeah, so one of the things I find about when it comes to like having group cosplays is, especially the ones you want to get together, like that require a lot of work. I feel like having somebody in your group that's really well with organizing and making stuff, which, not to brag, but I feel like, that I would be that. I'm kind of that role in our group.
Yeah.
You are very good at that.
I usually spend a lot of my free time making this stuff to make it happen. So
I'm not organized, but I'm the costumer part of all of the groups that I did.
So you know how it feels.
I would make literally like costumes for like 4, 5, 6 people in a group. They would do like the wigs and the accessories and everything, but because I would be the one like, hey, I want to do this costume. There's 4 others that go with it. Who wants to do it with me? I'm an instigator.
In a way, that's kind of it for us too. I mean, we all come up with the ideas, but mainly he's one that seems to always know the right materials we would need to put it together.
Yeah.
And while he can do most of the work, I mean, we definitely do our fair part as well with the sewing and painting and whatnot. So
yeah, I'm not a prop or wig person all that great. So I have other people that I'm like, oh, thank you, God, I know these people. Give me fabric all day.
It's nice to be able to pool your resources.
Yes.
And I'm really glad I found your group, because having local-ish friends that we can all pool each other's resources and pick each other's brains and say, okay, I'm really good at this. You're really good at that. Let's trade.
Exactly. Recognize each other's talents.
And it takes some of the stress off of you.
In order to make things work out.
Because, you can get really stressed trying to figure out everything for yourself, even if it's a solo cosplay. If you have somebody else that you can either ask for help or trade skill for skill, that always helps. Like my friend V and I, we've kind of started doing that. They've done wig work for me, and I've done costumes for them. So it's like we buy the materials and we trade the hours for each other. So it's like a trade-off of, I can do this, but I can't do that.
That's good.
And that's a lot of times how Curly and I do it with our cosplay duo thing, and it works out really well, even though we live in different states, but we see each other often enough. And we are at the halfway point, so it is cosplay catwalk time.
And yes, everybody, I know we've had comments. Yes, Hermes is visiting. He is trying to be center of attention. He's rubbing on my microphone, and I'm trying to stop him.
Hermes knows it's cosplay catwalk time. Hermes is like, look at how pretty I am.
He's like, I am a
Casper
cat.
Collins says, aw, kitty join. Yep. And then Missy Pierce says, Adam is loving Hermes too.
Yeah. Is Hermes supposed to be
nephew, the gray kitty? Yeah. He's this guy. And Adam is my nephew. He's the one I got the cat from. So Hermes.
I thought he was supposed to be dressed up as Machiavelli from Luca.
No.
There we go.
No, that's just his name.
So I will go first, because we never make our guests go first. We're not that mean.
Unless they just really want to.
There's not much to my costume, but I'm too sexy for my cosplay. I'm too sexy for my cosplay. Doing a little dance.
Hey, we both went with the sleeveless turtlenecks today.
Yeah.
Is that a
Parker has a tight.
I guess so.
So Andrea, do you want to go next, and then
Saad I didn't
duke it out?
I didn't put the boots on, but I didn't put the boots on, but I even have on a mini skirt, y'all. So
I'm not. Andrea's too sexy for her mini skirt. She's too sexy for her mini skirt.
I can't go back any further.
The bridges.
Yes.
Keep her away from the bridges.
We have a very big bridge here in Memphis. Let's stay far away from it. I can't go any further back to show anymore because I'm right up against my bookshelf. But y'all got, you know what Gwen Stacy's outfit looks like.
Bridges are actually my phobia. So
I have a huge crippling fear of heights. So yes. So
I just have a fear of infrastructure that is poorly maintained.
Good fear. Very valid fear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate it. I don't like driving over them. Brendan,
All right,
too sexy
There
for
goes
his
Gingy.
cosplay. He's too sexy for his cosplay. Ooh, I see the throne that's in progress.
I love it.
Brendan's too sexy for those spider moves. Too sexy for those spider moves. Woohoo! There we
We
go.
love a good cape.
Costume.
All right.
We do
I
love
know
a
Edna
cape.
Moat
We're
says-
the anti-Ednas.
Yeah, Edna
Good
says no
Edna's.
capes, but you can't
She's
stand
wrong.
dramatically in a crosswind without a cape.
Yep. Danger be damned.
All right.
All
They're
right,
superheroes. I mean, come
too
on.
sexy for his cosplay. He's too sexy for his cosplay. So sexy.
Giant D, that's just DD.
I love you
Yeah,
guys
we haven't
slowly
really
like
figured
melding into
out-
your background.
Here's where the traffic
One
is.
of
Here's
these
where the
days-
other traffic is.
One of these days, I'm going to write proper lyrics for that. Actually, when I met Santiago Cirillo from The Walking Dead,
Oh, he's so sweet.
Yeah.
he made up really great lyrics, and I didn't write them down.
Okay, he's going to be at a convention in like about 30 minutes from me in about a month. Maybe I should go back. Do you remember?
You should ask
He's
him. I'll bet you he
remembered-
could come up with more.
Oh, he probably could. That is one of the most energetic humans I have ever met. Like, he kept that con going that we were at back in March. Like, he was the life of the party.
He's the nicest, like, just the nicest human being ever.
And it's really
very-
funny, but when he gets to his serious talk about being a veteran and his suicide prevention work and anti-bullying work, then he gets so deep, and you're just like, this man is so multifaceted, but he's just a really good guy. And I'm glad seeing more and more cons booking him. That's so good.
Me too. And we actually had an episode with him last
Yes.
Christmas.
Oh, yeah?
Our holiday
Special episode.
Nice.
Kelly was the
Where
only
he
one that got to
talked
be there
about-
for the interview, but
where
It
he
was a
talked
great
about his mental health work and a whole bunch of. We just talked about a wide range of topics, but anyways,
yes.
and I'm talking about him. But yes, he needs to write lyrics because he came up with these amazing lyrics, and then I forgot them like 5 minutes later because ADHD. But
We've got heads full of useless facts. Why should we keep things we could actually use?
for real. So Alex,
Alex.
has
Always
such
doing
a
her
poser,
widow
Brenda.
poses.
Then she says, "JK, I am too."
Indeed,
You know
he's
what?
right. She's not wrong, though.
You
I
gotta
mean, in
be
the
a
end,
poser.
aren't we all?
It's a fighting
And
pose.
she
It's a
gets
fighting
it.
pose.
She gets
And
it.
she says, hands down, one of my favorite lines from across the Spider-Verse. Sad. Sorry, it took me.
You
a
know,
second.
I'm in the end. When I heard that line, I'm just surprised. How did I not think of this years ago?
Yeah.
That's exactly because I am from Pakistan, so yeah, we definitely they always call it chai. So why haven't I ever made that joke?
It's like that one meme.
I
saw.
honestly-
Like, DC Comics. You're saying Detective Comics.
Yeah. Or the ATM machine.
Oh yeah,
Pin number.
a lot of great
Good
one-liners.
number. Absolutely.
The way the human mind works.
I'm really hoping
Like-
somebody shows up as the spot for our Spider-Verse meetup at Fan Expo on Saturday, because we just have to have somebody as the spot for that.
There was a spot at the con I was at 2 weeks ago, so maybe it's going to be a big, and that was an anime con, so hopefully you'll have a
Right.
big, if it's a Spider-Verse meetup, you're bound to get at least one, because
Right.
he's pretty
Yeah.
popular right now.
Yeah, no, whatever's relevant is the
Yeah.
only thing that the anime cons would show up for. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep, and that's our
Speaking of
schedule
Fan
for that
Expo.
whole weekend. We got quite a lot of stuff going on from panels and meetups. It's going to be a great time next month.
Some busy guys.
Absolutely.
So, since we also have an audio-only version of do you want to read out the schedule?
Yeah, sure.
want
So
me to?
Friday, the August 11th, we'll be having a sea shanty sing-along panel hosted by our good friend Nathan, Sandman Cosplays, at 11:30 a.m. that day. Later that day, to be determined, we'll have a Star Wars shoot at the fountains in the convention center. And then later that night, we'll have a Mario Party games and photo shoot in the main lobby. Then Saturday, the big event, the Spider-Verse shoot, will be 12:30 p.m. in the lobby. Then later that day, we'll be switching out to like another Marvel group where we'll be doing a Secret Invasion scroll group. So like just bring any Marvel character, but get your pointy ears and green face paint on. So that'll be at 4 p.m. at the fountains again. And then Sunday, we'll be doing a famous creators panel story time. To be determined the room for that until we hear more from the con. But we're literally going to be like famous writers and like TV producers. Like Saad here will be Walt Disney. I'll be Tolkien. And our friend Nate will be Jim Henson. We'll be like reading like stories from like their works.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's also one of our first panels we ever did that especially appeals to children.
Yeah.
So I think it's something for the family to bring their kids to.
Yeah, if you've ever been involved with Customers with a Cause, I kind of got the idea from them because of that.
That's really cool.
That is such a fun idea.
But so many things are either geared towards like older audiences or even if it's for the family, it kind of goes over the kids' heads. So that sounds like it's a really cool thing that kids can listen to.
And it's also kind of like an educational thing for the kids too. It's not just their favorite characters. It's like so they can learn about the people that made them too.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Learn a little bit of history while you're at it.
Right. I've also wanted to do like a cosplay of like a real person first. So for a long time. So this will be my first time doing that.
Yeah.
And Tolkien is awesome. So
I mean,
as is Disney, obviously.
I mean, our good friend once said that he was the grandfather of fantasy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And there's also going to be a Chicagoland Cosplay Creations booth.
Yes,
all weekend.
That. Mm-hmm. Saturday, of course, we'll have a Spider-Man theme for that, so be on the lookout. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, the rest of the weekend we'll be having this fantasy chair. Can't really see it well, but this is still in the works.
Which you're doing a great job on, where Brendan's working on building a throne.
Trying to get my hand in on like working on props, like for like sceneries and stuff.
Yeah.
And expanding on that.
I'm so excited for the throne. I've been contributing a few materials to the throne, and I helped look up a few videos on how to do it, and yeah, I was like,
that's really cool to have.
Next up, I have to figure out how to make a phone booth so we can do Superman. And
like a 19.
That's my goal.
Theme too.
I've been to plenty of cons that have the traveling TARDISes, so if somebody can do that, you can make a phone booth.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just doing it in a budget-friendly way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
PVC piping, clear plastic cellophane to get the glass look.
There we go. I actually have a bunch of PVC pipe in the basement from a project that I have since dismantled. So
easily build a rectangular fixture and there we go. A little bit of paint.
Okay, so this may happen sooner than expected. We'll see. But moving on, let's go through the rest of your pictures. So you have to forgive me if I pop up some on screen that we've already seen, because again, some now so tiny.
Yeah, so this is one of our other like few like first kind of like second wave photos, I guess we could chronicle it as. This was C2E2 2020. That was like one of the other groups that we did before the pandemic. And then this is kind of one of the last trios we did like before we really started like expanding our groups, because at first it was mostly the three of us.
Right.
And then the group just keeps growing.
Right. Started off here, and then that was C2E2 21. That was our JoJo's group.
JoJo's Our Adventure. Yeah, that silly beard I had, just add a little Christmas theme to it. That was
so it was perfect because it was Christmas time that year, and so like we did a little Christmas like kind of thing for some of the groups we were in.
I loved having that con right before Christmas. Like everyone adding Christmas touches to their costumes was so much fun.
I want to do
And
like
Santa
Christmas.
was walking around, and when I complimented his costume, he gave me a candy cane. It was the best day ever.
That was our excellent
yes.
Christmas group.
Magneto. Yep. One of my favorites I've done.
You can't go wrong with classic.
And
I want
Avatar.
Appa.
That was
I want
this
an
year's
Appa.
C2E2.
I've just been rewatching Avatar. I just got to the second season of Korra, so I'm like really into this. I'm like, I want an Appa.
Yeah, this was
Look at that
so
giant apple.
up when we
So
heard
cool.
about it as an exhibitor for this year's C2E2. This guy's like, I think he's based like in Atlanta or somewhere in the South, but like he's like gone to Dragon Con and like other conventions across the country, brings these huge props. And when we heard about him being at C2E2, we knew we had to bring our whole group in full force. So that year, Abby joined us along with her friend Anthony as our top and Sokka.
Yep, they're in the back seat right there. Right.
And then one of our good friends, Robert Barclay, his son Noah, joined us for this one as our other Blue Spirit.
Oh, I love Robert.
Suki is on my list for soon.
And this is one of our like more fun groups that we've done. King of the Hill this year at ASIN, just a couple months back, we did a Mario variant.
Yeah, I mean, this is all just doing the Mario movie when it came out, so it was definitely not too far away at the time. So
we love a crossover.
So that was definitely one of our funniest crossovers we've done. I mean, so much so that they had that one group where they were doing the they had that person bringing that big briefcase size speaker. I mean, while they were doing all the dancing, at one point they gave us the opportunity to just stand there and drink our mushrooms.
We just walked there instead of dancing. We just like stood there and like the boys of Rainy Street do.
Yep. Who knew you could get a lot done with just staying around and drinking?
It's just a fun kind of like lazy cosplay to do, like for a couple hours, do like a whole video segment for, and like people know who you are.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No, Saad, on this one, are you drinking chai tea?
It's not chai. It's chai tea. That's tea. We're only drinking tea.
This is a good picture.
I love that one.
C2E2 before the giant Appa. That was the first year we did this group.
Very good.
And this was Dragon Con. Oh man, was that an experience?
I've never been, and I have so many friends that go every year. Someday I'm going to make it.
Yeah, it's definitely the one con you got to at least try one time.
Yeah, I wish I could go every year. It's probably going to be like an every few years thing, depending on our schedules.
Right.
Yeah, because this was what was this like? It was a year before your wedding, so.
Yeah, this was last year, in fact.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and
we planned that specifically because of that, because we knew we'd be very busy this year.
Absolutely. So that last year was the year to go, since we wouldn't have the opportunity probably again for a while.
And we're hoping to go back like next year or the year after.
Yes, and that Avatar group was so huge there too.
Yeah, it was crazy. They had like there was this great park that had like this nice like archway next to us. There was like a whole big Lord of the Rings group at the same time. And they had like the main part of the park that the Avatar group was all gathering in, and the turnout was just great. It's like any fandom you can think of, they'll have like a big turnout for. That's the thing I love about Dragon Con. They
were surprised too.
Yeah, we literally had a meetup just for Moon Knight that I hosted because some guy from California wasn't able to make it, and we had a pretty decent turnout for a C-list Marvel character.
I mean, the same thing could be said about our Green Lantern meetup.
Yeah, that too I hosted. That was really great.
Yeah, we wouldn't thought that Green Lantern meetup would be that huge. I mean, we'd expect that's the size for DC in general, but or even Batman for that matter, or Superman.
Dragon Con,
not Green Lantern.
I have my friends that go, like, they tell me about the meetups of the most random stuff that are like, 20, 30, 40 people, and it's stuff you would never guess.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the other biggest ones.
Stuff.
Yeah, one of the other biggest ones I've seen also at Dragon Con was Jurassic Park. And that was
I saw pictures from that one.
That was again probably due to the Jurassic World movie coming out, but
Right.
so many good ones from the previous movies. I mean, like, I wish I put together a Simon Masrani then for that reason too. Then I should have.
So
Nice.
this is where cosplay creations all started almost a year ago. So after that Dragon Con, I've been planning on making like a themed group shoot because there's been another group that does like cosplay photo shoots outside of cons, and like they had like nice scenic backgrounds they chose. But one year in particular, I like just literally made a post saying that because this university was the location, that I was going to bring my Nightcrawler. You know, just casually saying that, and then Joseph and a whole bunch of others just like latched on to doing an X-Men group shoot within a photo shoot event, and so it just gave me the idea of doing more shoots like this with specific themes. So this is our first
The
one.
shoot was so epic.
X-Men.
Absolutely.
And then this also is another of your
That
X-Men
was from the
shoots.
aforementioned pre-cosplay creations shoot.
Yeah, looks like I don't think I was in this one. Where was this at?
No, this was at University of Chicago like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. So before I met them, yeah.
Yeah, this is when I really got to know Gina and Joseph.
Okay.
As a huge Nightcrawler fan, I love seeing anybody cosplay Nightcrawler.
Right, he's surprisingly rare.
He's such an underrated character. I know a lot of people love him, but
Right.
he's so.
Underrated.
Oh my god, I could.
He needs more love.
Okay, my brother, that's a writer, wants to have a conversation between Nightcrawler and Daredevil sitting on top of a church on Christmas Eve, as they are both Catholic characters, but have different views of the religion because we were raised Catholic. So he's like, I want to have that conversation between these two. They're such opposite ends of the spectrum.
I'm surprised they haven't had like a team up, like one shot or something.
Yep.
I would love to see that actually happen.
Yeah. No, actually,
Nightcrawler.
Actually, another funny story regarding the Nightcrawler, though. Yeah, again, definitely being underrated. Actually, we met Chris Claremont back at C2E2. Yeah, during the December year. That was 2021, right? Yeah. He actually really liked Gingy's Nightcrawler costume that he actually wanted a picture. And because I was with him as Magneto, he's got a photo with the two of us, and then a few other X-Men cosplayers just jumped in on that. So that was actually the coolest thing when he really appreciates that.
Yeah,
and
he
have a
actually
picture with
posted
him
it on his Instagram too.
Yep.
Yeah, he put it on his
I've
Instagram.
got. He stopped his autograph line for my friend and I. I was Dark Phoenix and she was Shadow Cat, and he's just so nice. Like Chris Claremont is everybody's best friend.
Yeah, I got pictures of that. And this was Kelly's creation here. This was her baby.
Absolutely. I mean, Rachel Gould is definitely one of my. Absolutely, Rachel Gould is definitely one of my favorites I've put together.
Like when you talk about group cosplay, that is group right there.
Yeah, this is probably our biggest turnout we had.
It was so good.
And this is the thing I love about about the group that we started. And this is the idea I've had is that if you and your friends can organize together a thing like this, we'll help you get it together, give you like a nice location suggestion, and rally people together to make this happen. And that's what Kelly did.
Yeah, I saw all these pictures and was kind of jealous I couldn't be there.
So you gotta find that photo. You gotta find that photo where you were screaming, and of course we were all being pushed back. That was probably that was from I think Jen that took that photo. Yeah, by the church.
Yeah, let me grab that one real quick because that was definitely my favorite of the group.
Yeah. And the Rogues Gallery one, I thought that was like one of the best photos we did.
So many good ones. And so the reason I started planning this photo shoot is because it's been a while since I planned a group photo shoot, but I've been cosplaying for 15 years. I was like, well, this would be a really fun photo shoot to do with some of my friends
it's a milestone.
Get people together and do a milestone, especially because Black Canary was my first cosplay and also my favorite. So I'm really happy that you guys turned out for that and helped me put it together. So it was
no problem.
Everything I could have hoped for and more.
Oh yeah, those pictures were fantastic.
So good. So
Oh, you're looking at the photo, yeah. say when you see it.
I just gotta.
Yeah, I've already been brainstorming next year's photo shoot, like ideas. I definitely want to do, because it's the 25th anniversary, a Matrix shoot. Because I know Joseph and Gina are big on that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna rewatch the movies because when we actually because back when and during the pandemic actually because him and I lived together, we did watch the Matrix movies. So I mean, I got rewatched them since they didn't stick as much yet to me. Yep, and there's your scream right there.
There is my scream. Yeah, so they were razzing me because my scream was not good enough. They were like, no, you have to actually scream. So and then I was doing like a sing scream.
The
I
cat
don't
gets
know.
it.
It was a lot of pressure. And they were like, what are you, the Little Mermaid? I'm like, yeah, basically.
Well,
like,
then we were standing out in the middle of like a public area just screaming at people.
Yeah, actually,
I was like opera singing at people. Okay, so that's the behind the scenes.
Yeah, one of the photo angles that we did get of that photo, though, and from a different angle, she screamed so loud that my head merged with Bane's. I was sharing a body with Bane.
Yes.
That was a funny angle. I'm like how do I get on Bane's body?
It was great. It just looked like a two-headed beast. Yes.
Right.
And we also have some lovely viewer submissions. So, Andrea, do you want to talk through these since?
Yeah, sure.
Or well, I guess we'll take turns depending on who we know.
both collected these. This is from the start of the night. Mark Desjarnet, however you want to pronounce his last name. He's fine with it. King Beast. They just recently did a whole meetup of DC characters. He's Bane in this picture.
Oh, nice. Is that a comic store?
Yeah, it was. It was a couple of weeks ago he did it, and he sent it to us as soon as we said we were going to be doing group cosplay. He's like, well, I have one for you.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yes, her Shang-Chi group.
Yep,
Look, Shang-Chi, people need to stop acting like Shang-Chi was not one of the most amazing Marvel movies to come out in a long time. So good.
So this is
I'm also a big fan
Alexandra
of Tony
A. Kane.
Yeah, I kind of
A. Kane with
lots of people.
Yep.
I kind of went off the rails with the MCU, but I mean, of course, I catch a few here and there. I mean, probably the last one I've watched was the Spider-Man one, the No Way Home.
This Honey Blossom cosplay. This is Colleen. She's a friend of mine. We can always count on Colleen to have a submission for whatever theme we have. I'm even in one of these pictures with her in my Psylocke costume. But yeah, she likes to organize group cosplay because it's more fun to do cosplay with somebody.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is from my friend Liz and her wife Ellie. They did a whole Sailor Moon like casual clothing photo shoot.
So cute.
So
it makes me think of the Breakfast Club.
Liz was she was Monaco, Sailor Venus, and her wife Ellie was Jupiter. Then they had gathered other friends in and even had like a photographer come do it. It wasn't just like, somebody come take pictures. They booked a photographer to do these, and I love them. So 80s clothing. Sailor Moon and its bad 80s, 90s clothing. This is actually my volunteer group that I'm a part of, Cosplay Memphis. So I just wanted to show some of the group stuff we've done. Somehow we end up constantly having Marvel versus DC face-off at events. But, we do the princesses, we do the superheroes, Star Wars. Then the two in the middle are from Alice in Wonderland events we did, because last year our local Botanic Gardens hosted the Alice in Wonderland topiary sculptures that have only ever been in Atlanta. We were the first place to host them. So we go, we volunteer, we have themes, group cosplay. This is, I've been group cosplaying since my very first cosplay. The very bottom corner is my Padme that I did with my brothers and my sister-in-law 21 years ago. Oh, wow. And then with all of my friends over the years, we've done quite a few in there. Our Bleach group was probably the biggest we've ever taken of just us without gathering other people. That Bleach group, we didn't take very many steps at a con without stopping and posing for 10 or 15 minutes because it was like 2007 at the height of the Bleach anime. So And then in that one little one right there with the S as the Angels, that's our musical composer for our theme song. That's Dwayne, Mr. King Duffy. That was his first cosplay ever.
Nice. And this is Charlie Ray, who was our last guest last week, Tuesday.
Yes.
We adore her.
Author
She was
and
also
cosplayer.
Yeah, author and cosplayer, and she's in the Gotham shoot as Talia.
Yep.
So,
All right.
yeah, and just all of these groups in her pictures are amazing. So, thank you to
being in a
everyone
group
who's
is way more
submitted.
fun.
It really
Like,
is.
I love doing like one that's like a standout big costume, but then you feel kind of lonely, and it's easier to pose off of other people too. Like when you have somebody, even just one partner, it's so much easier to come up with poses when people are go, "Oh, can I get your picture?" You're not like, awkward.
It's also just funny, like, you know, having to grab your friend like by the arm, be like, hey, photo.
Yeah. That was the funny thing is Dwayne was so used to holding our stuff when we took pictures that the first time he did costumes with us, every time somebody go, "Hey, can I get a picture?" he would put his hands out to take our bags from us, and we're like, "Dude, you're in the picture." He's like, "Oh yeah." It was like, "Yeah, they want your picture this time, not just ours." Yeah, he's my armor and prop guy. I would not have done some of the costumes I've done without Dwayne.
Oh, she's going all the way to San Diego Comic-Con? Alex there?
I don't know if she's going, but Alex is hoping that she's crossing her fingers and in San Diego or LA Comic-Con there'll be a good turnout for Shang-Chi / Agents of Atlas Group for the love and repping of culture, which makes sense because that's where they'll be doing all the announcements. So, like, hopefully they do get a good turnout because those do have really great representation and also are great
representation.
I want to see
just good stories.
Yeah, I want to see a Shang-Chi sequel.
I need more.
Sure.
I need more because that movie, seriously, a lot of people are like, "Yeah, I don't know, I wasn't going to go see it," because it was during COVID too. So a lot of people weren't going to theaters. I was like, "No, you need to see that one on a big screen." That movie was just so good. Like I said, I've been a fan of Tony Leung since Hero with Jet Li, like back in the early 2000s. One of his Chinese movies. Like that man was not a martial artist until he did Hero with Jet Li. He was a drama actor. He had never done martial arts movies, and he kind of embraced it and went for it.
Who wouldn't?
Well, and the thing is, when people complain about superhero movies feeling stale, the way for them to not feel stale is to combine them with other genres. So, like bringing back a kung fu movie vibe and combining it with superhero is the way, or whatever.
And I love fantasy. The cultural mix because not every superhero needs to be some white dude from New York. There's heroes of all types.
Explore other kind of cosmic powers and stuff. We're going to be probably getting some more Greek stuff now that Hercules has been introduced.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, just
as much as I can say, I've said my piece about Love and Thunder. Y'all know I was not proud of that movie.
That, but Hercules, though, he's I've always thought he was a cool character, and it's about time he gets his spotlight.
He's one that the comic fans know, but the guy on the street doesn't know him, so he might be getting to be introduced to something new that might start another person liking comics.
Right, and hopefully there are more people like me who will get into the comics through the movies. I don't know if everybody has, had that experience that was kind of a movie casual, but I know friends of mine that I know, I always try pushing them into getting comics.
Yeah, I'm more of a comics to movie person, but if somebody got into the stuff because of the movies, I don't consider them any less of a fan. I hate when people are like, "Oh, you're not a true fan." No, they like it, so they're a fan. That's what makes them a fan. Is they enjoy it. They enjoy the thing.
I've heard of a decent amount of people who have discovered the comics or the movies, and I think that's awesome.
It's a good way to get them into it.
Look, nerds have always
been
marginalized. we've always been the ones on the sidelines. Why gatekeep an already kind of like alienated community? Like, why are you alienating when you've been alienated? So,
Right.
Also, if you all love a character from the movies and you want some recommendations, hit me up.
It's
I'm
like
Kelly and I have been reading comics forever.
it's like think of
Gotcha.
this. It's like while you're waiting for your sequel to your favorite character, you have like a whole plethora of stories of them to keep to read up on. That's what I love.
And you might read it and go, "Oh, that was in the movie."
Mhm.
You know, you might
Right,
find
or
something
they could
cool.
see we could expect this in the next movie now.
Mhm.
Yep.
So much fun.
So, since we're at the end of the episode, we always like to end on a piece of advice from each of our guests. So, Saad, I'm going to have you go first and just ask you. Basically, I'm going to give you the full screen. Just
Mhm.
one sec. And what's some advice that you would give to someone who's starting out cosplaying?
Good question. What advice do I give? I mean, I guess just do what you enjoy the best out of your cosplays. I mean, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the finance side of it. I mean, whatever props you got, anything counts to be your best character. Bring it to life the way you want it to. It's all in the imagination.
Perfect. And then Brendan, let me give you what sort of advice would you give to someone starting out?
Oh man. Well, you mind if I give two? Because I have like two that's been on my mind a lot lately. So the
Yes,
first
please.
one is if your cosplay is like, pretty well done, but you're worried it's not completely perfect, don't worry about it. You can still bring it out, Every detail doesn't matter. I always like to think of it as you can see how it progresses over time. So when you show it off the first time, it's not perfect. Work on it for the next con. It's always just nice to see the progression over time. And then the second one, I would say, specifically for groups, communication is key, and find places to organize these groups, like through Facebook Messenger, Instagram groups. Communication, organization. That's how you get these groups together.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So, before I ask where we can find you, I just want to do a little bit of a plug because we're going to do something fun coming up in September. So, Cosplay Cafe has had enough episodes that we can do our own 30-day cosplay challenge using our
Ooh.
episode themes.
Ooh.
So, we're giving enough time for everyone to prepare pictures. Basically, we're going to run this in September, but quite honestly, you can run with this whenever you want. You can interpret these themes of the day however you want. We're also going to be putting this out on our social media.
Yes.
Basically, how it works is you just post a picture each day for the theme, or again, if you don't post it every day, because some of us are a little ADHD,
Use the
it's
business
fine.
suite where you can schedule posts.
I mean, yeah, if you can do it, but you know what? We're not going to judge. Just have fun
No,
with
we
it.
just thought it'd be
Use
fun.
use
the
it to
days that are
inspire
applicable.
yourself.
Yeah, and you don't have to come up with something new to go with it. Like, we're literally going to, like, in our Cosplay Cafe socials, you'll see pictures from the episodes. But for yours, you can pull something from 10, 15 years ago. If you did a group costume that you loved 10 years ago, and that's the theme of the day, post it. We're not saying go out and make a new costume or something. We just want to see people interpreting the themes and enjoying the stuff we've put out.
Exactly.
It's all in fun. Nothing here is serious. If we took ourselves seriously, we would have stopped after the first episode. So let's just be honest.
Clearly, McDonald. So our other barista says, glad she could pop in on time for your final wisdom. Hi, Clearly. Clearly's in Vegas.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, she went to Vegas without us.
Vegas.
It's probably hot there.
Yep. She's celebrating her
We're here in
birthday.
Illinois next week.
Yeah. So, Saad, where can people find you?
Yeah, you could definitely find me on my Instagram, Sentimental Cosplayer. at sentimental_cosplayers. So
Don't forget
feel
your
free to give me a
YouTube.
follow. And yes, I am actually slowly right now getting my YouTube going, but it's under the name of Mr. Sentimental. What we're doing right now on that one is just some game streaming. Like I said, I've been taking a bit of a pause for everything with the wedding coming up, but once I'm all settled, I can definitely get back into regularly having our weekly stream sessions.
Yeah,
A lot
you
of
guys.
it's mainly, Mario Party, so fun way to destroy our friendships as to have our
What are you going to
highest
play
rage.
Mario Kart next?
Yeah, Mario Kart at some point too to add to that.
If anyone,
Super Smash Brothers.
if
How
anyone's
to go from group cosplay to single cosplay in one day. Play Mario Kart together.
Exactly.
yeah, if anybody's into playing those games, definitely hit us up so you can become one of our guests for that. For Mario Party, we've been doing our main 3 guys and plus a guest every session. So if you want to be that guest, let us know.
I mean, unless you want to be a regular 4th person, you can be as well.
Nice.
I mean, we never seem to have a regular 4th guy. I mean, it's always been us 3, and then a 4th would always be a guest.
We take
The
what we
Three
can get.
Musketeers
Whatever
added
maximizes
D'Artagnan later.
shenanigans.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I said, Three Musketeers started with just 3, then they added D'Artagnan, so maybe you're looking for your D'Artagnan right now.
Absolutely.
And what about you, Brendan? Where can people find you?
For me, you can find me as GingyweebmetCosplay on Instagram. I have a Facebook page as well for that. And Chicagoland Cosplay Creations is the group that we run all these events with. So you can look up that on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Perfect. And Andrea, what about you?
For me, solo, it's my Media Rise cosplay. Mostly on Instagram. I haven't used my Facebook in a while. If you watch the show, you can send me a friend request at Andrea Starnes on Facebook and just tell me you watch the show, and I'll definitely accept that. But I'm also everywhere that the Cosplay Cafe is.
I am everywhere that Phoenix Sisters Cosplay is. You can also find information about my books on my website at www.kellyguentner.com. And
Buy her books.
Yes, please.
Support
and also
indie writers. Thank you.
I am an
Also, the
aspiring
audiobook,
writer. Link is in my Instagram bio.
Yes,
we have so many indie writers, and I love supporting people just doing the thing that they love.
And if you want to get in on the audiobook that's currently being made, please contact me because my narrators are amazing.
Yes.
They are sending me chapters and they're so good.
I'm good friends with one of your narrators, so.
Oh, we could reach you for narrating too.
Yeah, I've known Chris Jowers for a while. He's actually in Cosplay Memphis.
He's so talented. Like you can follow him as the Jowers at Instagram or TikTok, and he does
best Joker you'll ever meet.
Best Joker you'll ever meet. He did a different character every day in June with an uplifting message. So talented.
He sent me a Red Guardian one to Captain Carter, and it literally did what it was supposed to. It made me feel so good hearing that message. I didn't even ask for it. He just sent it.
He's so sweet.
He's also a writer.
He's also a writer, yes. So Crowley says By Scorcher by Kelly Edwards. So yeah, that's the show. Thank you both for being on. We really appreciate you all. Thank you all for watching. And I am going to roll our sponsor ad. So if you want to support the show, that's one of the ways you can support it is by buying from Y Cosplay.
Get you some
Cosplay Cafe is sponsored by YCosplay.com, which is your one-stop shop for quality costumes and cosplay supplies. So click on the link in our show notes to get a 20% off discount. Or not, if you hate saving money. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Clicking on the link does help support our show. So, you know what? Just do the thing. Do the thing.